Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and that is a 12-inch by 24-inch canvas. And I have Prism Pour colors by Colour Arte. Check out that 20% off coupon promo code below the video too. I'm going to just be free and willy-nilly. I'm going to put some puddles of black and white down, and then I'm going to put some colors into them. The black I'm using is Meaden. I'm going to try and make some fairly deep puddles, although it looks like I'm in need of a refill. It's time to mix up some more paint. And it's time to also make that a lot less uniform. I'm going to use, for the white, I'm going to use my Anita's White Metallic, which is cheap and will go a ways. So that's my theory about how this is going to work. As long as I link them up, I should be able to get the paint to go across. That is my desire in any case. I thought about doing shovelfuls, which would work. It'll definitely work. But my canvas is pre-primed black and matte black background. And usually I would put a wet layer down, but I didn't really see the point. Come on. Whatever's in there, come out now. Oh, please. Don't be that way. You're going to be that way, aren't you? Okay. I've got a plug. And that requires a skewer and a moment of your time. Thank you for being patient. They look like piano keys. Then it's up to me to just use colors that I like in combinations I like and hope that that's going to be the way it works. I'd like to know what's in there. Starting with my, where are you, Pink Diamond? There we go, Pink Diamond. Everything is mixed slightly less than half with Vivid Polypore. And then I put a little GAC 800 in the next day. I saw that thing go in there. Looks like part of a bottle thread. Yeah, I can't have too much of this actually. But I am just going to be allowing it to be the dominant part of this color scheme. Then I've decided that the darker purple is the African violet. I don't believe it matters if I dribble. It's probably better if I don't, but it doesn't matter if I do. It could leave a mark. Or not. I don't know why I'm being called a Fandango, which is the green. Maybe because pink plants have green leaves. I could have used my little spoons, but I think it would have taken an awful long time. Oh well, never mind. I've got a little hot orchid, which you cannot have unless you buy the pigment powder, which is probably called jasmine, I'm thinking. And it will stain any kind of white that's around it. If you have some, you should be aware of that. I don't actually mind that. I kind of expect it, so it's not a problem for me. I've got Frozen. And I'm pretty sure if I, that's cool, if I dribble sideways, that could be kind of neat. If I'm not thrilled with how this works, it will become the background for one of my Toothy Tool and experiments. And if I decide before that I want to swipe with some Aussie Floetrol, that may happen also. I am using a copious amount of paint, but then I totally expect to have to go all the way across. And I'm not sure how that's going to work if I don't have enough. I'm losing my pink diamond over the edge. If these were all in squeeze bottles like I would like, it would have been a much faster process. And I kind of want to wreck it. I can throw in a few marks. I'm hoping this is going to be alright. I've got Water Dragon. Water Dragon is in a bottle, which is cool. That means it's a lot easier for me to put it more randomly. I'm going to give myself some yellow, which in this case was a pigment powder called Mango Tango. I've also got some orange I found that I cannot tell you what it is. It is mixed with, I did throw a little bit of Vivid Polypore in there because it seemed awful thin. But I wanted to use it because it's the only real orange I've got. Well, I've got the Bonfire and that's going to come about in a moment. I hope this works. I would like it to. It's basically going to be the rainbow. This is called Pink Lady, which is not my favorite, but it is my favorite when it comes to adding it to other things because it seems to make a nice contrast to my favorite colors and mixes well. I've got, maybe that's the Pink Dahlia. I apologize. Same difference for me. I've got Northern Sky. Do I want to use it? No. What do I need? I've got Fandango. I put that, no, Bonfire, that's it. And Bonfire I'm just going to put here, there, and everywhere. And then, because I didn't put any gold down, I'm going to use the Egyptian coin last. I seriously don't think it matters that much before I tip this. The Egyptian coin I am going to have to use something else with. That's better. I like that. I could put some black in and I am inclined to do so. Now let's see how far we can tip it. I guess I'll tell pretty quick. I have a long edge catcher, which in this case is just a paint catcher. Not that it's going to keep it off my foot, evidently. It would be good if you had the same amount of paint on both sides. I do have a little catcher cup. Come on. Oop, that was on my toe. Okay, so I guess it's time for me to reconsider that edge catcher that I didn't want to use. Even if it drips, it is at least the length of my arm. So I'm going to try and be tricky and turn this around before it gets any more out of hand. I am still contemplating putting some black in there. So that could happen right now, I think. Well, it would if it would come out. Yep, all over my fingers. But I'm liking the black, so that's alright. I could put some white in too, couldn't I? I've got Chantilly lace. I wonder what that would do. Chantilly lace is another Prism Pour. And I keep it in a bottle, but I didn't have a cap on it, so come on out. Doing the best I can in the time I'm allowed, which is 17 minutes until I have to know that I've got 3 minutes left after that of the total time, which is 20 minutes that my camera will actually go without shutting off. Now, I won't drip on me anymore, but I will definitely drip on the edge catcher. And I haven't used my OXO omelet turning spatula lately, or ever, to try and scrape up paint off this, but I certainly could. If I get a good enough puddle, I might try and throw it back. That's an interesting process in itself. So we're just going to let it keep going and keep going and keep going. And then turn it over and rock it a little bit and let it scrape. And it will scrape. It will scrape mostly because you've created, whoops, a seal. Let's go to the other side. Now it's time to get some paint on me, I guess. Because we're going right back over. And after this is the time that I'll decide what to do with my residuals, which may fill in gaps. They could just go anywhere I need them to go. But I do have a goodly amount of paint still coming over, which is making me happy. And I'm liking the stripes that I'm seeing a lot. So I haven't decided that I'm going to do anything with the Aussie Floetrol yet. But I would like to throw this back. I'd also like to scrape it off and put it in the holes. Let's just let that go as far as I can go. See what kind of patterns we get. I do have a couple of places I can hold on to still. I want to put this down. Grab an OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula. Just use the color that I have. I may need to tip again. I could definitely swipe with the Floetrol and not be unhappy about that a bit. I probably could have just stuck my fingers into the gaps, but I like the idea of using up the pretty colors. And speaking of sticking things into things, I'm definitely contemplating what I might want to do with my spatula as far as stripes are concerned. There I found a gap, found a bubble, or is that a lump? That's a lump. Come here, lump. You are not invited to this party. Just going back and forth, trying to get my bottles out of the way, because this is a long canvas. You know what? I've got some pinks left, and I want to use them. They're on my edge catcher. I just have to decide where. I think there. And here. And it's not that difficult for me to fill in my holes. The question is, do I want to go further? How much time do I have left? I got 1 minute and 39 seconds before my timer goes off and tells me I'll have 3 minutes to tell you. They do sell my artwork. It looks like something got into one of my paints. I'm going to get this edge catcher out of here so I can grab, oh, that's pretty neat. I'm not complaining about that. But I am going to use whatever paint residuals I've got. And I've got quite a bit of them. Come on. Okay. Here comes the balancing act. And where's my scrape dish? Well, there's one of them. That'll work. Excuse me while I run my finger under the rim of my canvas to stop it from leading the rest of the paint over. And then, well, I don't think that's going to work, but I will put it in my dish. And I do have time if I want it. I wonder which one of those things has the bubbles. Well, that maybe those are bubbles. Those are not objects, I don't think. If there's a little black on my spatula, that is okay with me. That's good to fill in, and it's good contrasting color. If I have a gap, I will be able to just throw my hands in there. I've got 2 minutes, and then I'll set the timer again. Now, I was kind of thinking I was definitely going to want to keep this. I'm going to use my tweezers and drag some paint because I like the fact that there's 2 of them. It's a little tricky, but I think it's worth it. Well, that was a bubble. I'll be checking this for quite a while. I have got paint to go in my gap, and if I want to add a color in there, I'll just add some after you're gone. Since the colors are going to be beautiful when they dry, they're already beautiful now. That's no, came out wrong. I don't mind playing with the combinations. I think I'm going to put a little pink right here. So I love you guys. I want you to check out my link tree below the video. It's probably under Show More, because don't forget that there's a 20% off promo code for Colour Arte. And you can grab anything you want that way. Tools, pigments, Prism Pours, polypores, it's all there. I probably will be running something across my ends because I suspect that they're not completely covered. But I always wanted just a striped. I got 1 minute to remind you guys there is a monthly donation. Excuse me, there's a monthly drawing. If you make a donation, you'll be included in the invitation to get into it. You can see the prizes at the beginning of the exhibition video I include on the end screen of this video in the last 20 seconds. I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to try and torch before you're gone completely. Remind you that my Amazon link is on the link tree along with Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links, Facebook groups. You name it, it's there. This is pretty cool. I'm not unhappy with this at all. I'll be checking for little gaps because I just saw one. I just saw 2. I just saw 3. But I think I can fix them pretty easily just by poking my finger into things. And I won't do much harm. I'm kind of sorry that I didn't use any cell activator, and maybe I'll do that on a different piece. Originally I thought I would use a pre-primed canvas and be able to leave some negative space, and maybe the next time I will do that. You guys take care of each other, take care of yourself. Bye for now. This is Priscilla out of It's Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery saying, I love you. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.